What is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Dense Pixels Podcast. I am your host, Brad, concealed by an avatar, thanks to technical difficulties tonight. For the video, the audio listeners, there's no difference. I'm joined by my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence. So, not a lot of news this week, which is fine, because I've got a big game to talk about. Terrence has a big game to talk about that Micah talked about a little bit last week. So I want to get right into Blue Prince, which seems to be... Oh, you played it too? Oh, it's fantastic. I'm really curious to know what you thought about it, because...
I played it for like 15 minutes.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. I don't get it.
So, yeah. So
I mean, I understand it, but I don't understand why people are creaming their pants over it.
Well, it's interesting. So like Blueprints is like, and this is Blueprints as in like royalty, not like a blueprint for a house, yet it's a double entendre of sorts, because the game also does have to deal with you using blueprints to kind of make your way through this house. So it's a unique puzzle game for sure. I mean, this is a puzzle game. This is like a puzzle exploration game. A lot of people have compared it to the Outer Wilds in terms of how the game loop is, because like literally you were playing like, whereas the Outer Wilds worked on like a timer, right? Like you had a 22-minute timer for each run, and then the world would like reset itself, and you had to figure out, okay, for this run I'm going to go check out this area to try to figure out this thing, and it would lead you to clues that would help you in other areas. This is kind of the same thing, except that it's done kind of like a roguelike game, where the core conceit of the game is you start in the entrance room of this giant manor, right? And the conceit of the game is to get yourself to the antechamber on the opposite side of the manor. The manor is laid out on like a 5x9 grid, essentially. Okay, and you start at the bottom of the antechambers.
46.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a 45-room manor, but you're looking for secret room number 46. And every room has at least one door that leads to another room in the house. But when you open the door, the game gives you a choice of 3 different rooms that you can draft. And you pick which room you want. That room, when you open the door, that room is on the other side. And then each room gives you like a special ability of some kind, or gives you like one of the couple different currencies that are in the game that you need. So like you have gems, which you need to unlock certain like rare rooms. You have money that you can use to buy different items that you can use to help yourself out. Some doors are locked. You need keys for those to be able to open them. And then you also have kind of a timer of sorts. Like you have a step counter, and every time you enter into a room, you lose a step. And if you run out of steps, then you have to end the day. And the best way that I can describe this game, since it's kind of unique, like there's really nothing out there that's like it. To me, it's like an escape room game of sorts. Like if you like the type of puzzles that are in escape rooms, this game will probably appeal to you. The thing that's interesting about it is that the puzzles are kind of organically in the manor, sometimes like hiding in plain sight, you don't even realize. And it's kind of like people have also compared it to like a Metroid style game, because you'll come across things in a room and you'll be like, oh, there's some puzzle that's going on here, I don't know how to solve it. And then further on in the manor, like you'll go into another room that'll give you kind of like push you in the right direction, or kind of give you the tools that you need, so that on a future run you can come back to that same room and solve the puzzle that's in there to get some kind of reward. And there's a broad swath of puzzles, like some stuff that puzzles that you'll do every run, because you'll see that room frequently as you come across, and some puzzles that are like take place across the entire game. I'm about 10 hours in to the game right now, and I will say that solving, especially like the wider ranging puzzles, like the ones that are broad across like the game itself, is really satisfying. Like when you kind of have those aha moments where it's like, oh, like I'll give you one example, and I'm not going to spoil anything, because I think this is a game that if you're interested in it, is best to kind of go in blind. there's like almost every room in the house that you go into will have like two paintings, like hand drawn, not even paintings, like hand drawn, like pieces of art on the wall, right? And the two things have nothing to do with one another, but there is like a connection between them. And for literally for like the first 8-9 hours, I was like, all right, I guess this means something, but like I can't, like I'm looking at him and this doesn't make any sense to me. Like it doesn't make sense that these two things go together. And then like on one of the runs, I'm like, all right, I'm looking at this painting and I looked at the two things. I'm like, oh, I'm like, I totally get it. And then like I went to see another set of paintings and the same thing, like the same logic kind of lined up. And I was like, oh shit, like I figured out like half of the puzzle of these drawings that are in the room. And that always fucking feels great. And there's like the game is like an onion. I keep peeling back stuff, and there keeps being more to find, like more than you would reasonably think, on the surface. And I think one of the like the people that don't like this game, and I'm not saying like you, Terrence, because I know that this style of game is
are
necessarily
dumb.
your jam. No. A lot of people.
15 minutes, and I was like, okay, I don't.
Well,
I still have it downloaded. I might.
Yeah, you got to give it more than 15 minutes, right? Like you got to give it more.
Nigga, I'm walking around a house just drafting shit. I'm not a fucking architect, nigga.
Well, I think where the problem that a lot of folks that have bounced off of the game kind of get frustrated is the game tells you like the goal is to get to the antechamber, right? Like that's kind of the objective.
Gotten to the antechamber yet?
Nope, not at all. Because
in 10 hours.
Because that I've learned that is not the right way to play the game. Like the right way to play the game is to discover new shit. Like I've heard a lot of people give this advice, and I would agree with this advice. Like, you have the best time in Blueprints when you're presented with a room that you've never seen before, and you draft that room so that you see like what's inside of it, and what's inside like might surprise you. Like it might lead you to something that you've been looking for, and you just didn't know you needed it, or it might like spin off a whole new mystery for you. And I'm at the point now where like I know how to get to the antechamber, and I think I know how to get through it, but there's still a couple more things that I need to do to be able to successfully do that. Like there's a lot of different machinations and a lot of different things to kind of find and unlock in the game as you go along. And some of the folks that reviewed this game, like they're talking like they've put over 100 hours into this game. They've rolled credits, and they rolled credits at like hour 30, hour 40, and they just keep playing. Like they just keep playing to discover new things and kind of look to see the different puzzles within. And again, it's done in a very clever way where so much in this game is hiding in plain sight. It's also a puzzle game that gives you a lot of like red herrings if you're overlooking. And that's another thing I'll tell you. Like don't look into everything. Like there's a lot of things that seem like that they would be like, oh, this has to mean something. A lot of times it doesn't. and that's the kind of the other thing you have to figure out is like knowing what's important and what you can ignore. But as someone who did not enjoy the Outer Wilds, like I didn't particularly care for the Outer Wilds. I'm having a really good time with this, and I keep desiring to go back to it constantly. Just because again, like that itch of kind of solving the big puzzles is really satisfying. And I also like the game tells you like, hey, like just FYI, like this is the type of game where you probably want to jot down some notes. Yeah, it's like, hey, take some notes. Well, I was like, yeah, fuck you, game. Like I got a big brain. I can do this shit myself. My Blueprints notebook now has about 6 pages worth of notes that look like the ramblings of a madman. Like if you were to read it, you'd be like, you wouldn't know what any of this shit fucking means, unless you play the game. Like I have notes about the lab. I have notes about a sheet music puzzle that they have in the game. Scramblings of chess pieces, and again, like the drawing puzzle that I talked about. Oodles of codes and number sequences that I was looking for. Like there's a safe in the game that you come across in one of the early rooms. I'm ashamed to say it took me way too many instances and way too many tries of the combination to that safe when the answer is literally staring you in the face, like from the jump, and you just have to not be an idiot when kind of thinking about that sort of thing. So, but that being said, this is not going to be a game for everybody. This is certainly not going to be a game that everyone is going to enjoy. You have to kind of be inclined to like puzzle games, and you have to be okay with a game that takes a little bit to get going. But I think once you start peeling away the outer layers of it, and once you kind of start realizing, kind of speaking the game's language, for lack of a better term, I think the game really has a lot to offer once you get to that point. And so I'm having a really good time. I'm going to stick with it for sure. I really at least want to roll credits, and then once I roll credits, I'll see if I'm still compelled to explore the mysteries of the manor. But just knowing you guys and the types of games you like to play, I don't necessarily know that I would recommend this for you.
When I started it and I did one run, and I'm like, okay, I understand. Like there was a puzzle, which there's 3 boxes. There's a blue puzzle, a blue box, a white box, and a black box.
Yes, the parlor is one of the earliest rooms that you will.
Yeah,
that you
and I got the little clues that said one box is false, one box is true, and both or something. And so I opened the box, and I'm like, there wasn't nothing in it.
Yeah,
well, fuck you.
Because you guessed wrong. Yeah, because like the parlor's one of the ones that you solve like basically every run, because that's a reliable source of gems. But the clues on the boxes change every single time. Like they haven't, like I've done probably 20 parlor puzzles, and the clues have been different every single time.
No, it said this box is blue, this box is black, and I can't remember what the middle one said.
White box.
There's a white box, but it didn't say this box is white. It said something on it, and I'm like, all right.
And the trick with the parlor
statements are fucking true.
Right. The trick with the parlor game is that 2 of the boxes are either telling the truth, and one of the boxes has a false statement on it, or it's the other way around, where 2 boxes have a false statement and one of them's telling the truth, and you have to deduce through the logic that they give you which box that the gems are hidden in. And usually,
where the guy's like, "Hey, I love your parlor games," blah blah blah. I'm like, "All right, well,
yeah,
let me go ahead and these are both true, so eeny meeny miny mo," and I fucking got the wrong box. I'm like, well, you lied to me. So that pissed me off. And then what other room did I see? I saw the planetarium, I guess, with the set with
the observatory.
Scope, the observatory, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I can see. I'd have to play a little bit more. I refuse, man. I don't have a piece of. I don't have a notepad. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean that is the thing, is that I do think it's a game, and the reason Terrence playing it is because it's on Game Pass and it's also on PlayStation Plus, one of the premium tiers right now. It's a game you'll probably know within about 2 hours whether or not it's your jam. Like if you play it for 2 hours and you're like, I am not having a good time, you're not going to have a good time. There's nothing that unfolds later that's going to be like, aha, this is what makes it interesting for me. Like if you're not picking up what the game is putting down after a couple runs in the manor, right, it's not going to be for you, and you don't need to bulldoze through it.
You compared it to an escape room, and it was just remembering of the time that we all did an escape room for my bachelor party, and
who fucked it up?
Really, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah,
I'm getting there, and it was a beautiful thing, right? Because it was like all of us, and like we're bright guys, right? Like all of us are very intelligent people, right? Like we're not mental students, but we're not idiots, right? And we're figuring this thing out, and we get all the way to the end, and here's fucking Clodhopper J trips the fucking silent alarm or some shit at the very end, folks.
Literally,
the very end. Like even the guy in the guy running the room was like, I mean, normally, like, there'd be but you pretty much finished it, so I'll just give it to you. Like he tripped at the end, yo.
And it was one of those. It was what like the way he tripped it is, if I recall correctly, there was like a key or something that we needed that was behind like a laser grid that had to be deactivated first. And it was one of those things that as he was moving towards the key, like I realized the laser grid was there, but I could not speak fast enough to stop it from breaking the thieves, which triggered the alarm. Yeah, it was a good time. Micah, did you play The Witness?
I did not play The Witness.
Okay.
That's from the guy that did Braid, right?
Yeah, that's another one that people have compared this to. I also have not played The Witness.
I played a little bit of Witness. I'm too dumb for this game. I played it for like 35 minutes. I'm like, I don't feel like racking my brain with all this shit. So
yeah,
delete. This doesn't seem as bad because like The Witness just made me mad. I wasn't mad at this game.
I don't think it is like with Blueprints. Like again, like it's one of those things where it's like when you realize the solution to something, you're just like, oh shit! Like how did I not like this was staring me in the face the whole time? Like how did I not arrive at this conclusion sooner? Like it's like you don't feel like mad at yourself, but you're just like, oh, like of course, of course this is it. Like it's again, I haven't played The Witness, so I don't know. I probably will at some point. I'm sure I own it on like every console known to man because it's been given away for free so often. But from I can't imagine, because I've heard a lot about The Witness and how difficult some of the puzzles are in the game, so I can't imagine it's harder than that. But again, it's a game where you really just with Blueprints, you really just have to embrace the exploration. You really have to embrace the again, just taking what the game gives you and not trying to brute force your way to what the game tells you is the end. And I don't even know if it is the end, because I'll tell you, I've discovered quite a bit of secrets and other things that I can't talk about on the grounds of the estate and in the manor and stuff like that. And there's a story the game is also trying to tell very subtly. And as I'm uncovering more about the story, I'm interested to learn more about that as well. So again, if you're puzzle coded, I would recommend at least checking it out. If puzzle games are not your forte, then don't worry about it. like this one might not be for you. So, which is fine. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, Terrence will give his thoughts on South of Midnight. So Micah talked a little bit last week about the new game from Compulsion Games, South of Midnight. Terrence has now played it as well. It is out on Game Pass. Have you beaten it? Because I know Micah said before the show he did not beat it. Terrence did beat it. Okay.
I rolled credits here. It's the second game I've rolled credits on 2 weeks. We're putting a lot of time in video games. Yeah, this game is it's a mixed bag, but I love the game. Right, it's the gameplay. It's nothing to write home about. Not even like it's. If you've played an action platform game, you've played this game before 1,000 times. We've got, between the three of us, we have like 115 years worth of gaming.
Right.
When you think about it,
dude, that fucking hurts. That fucking hurts. That fucking hurts to say.
Hey, we're old,
it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
40 years, like me, 40 years. I'm sure Micah's got about 40 years. You about, you're about to hit 40, if not 40 already.
No, I'm already 40. 30,
40,
30,
okay,
good, a good 35 years worth of gaming.
35 years.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, 35, yeah, exactly. So you got like 115 years worth of gaming. So you've played it before. You've played this type of game before. There's nothing wrong with it. Could be better, gameplay wise. The draw of this game is the story. It's a very good story. The art style is also really good. Like the stop animation didn't bother me. But it'll resonate way more with you if you're black. It just will. Like I'm like it really will. Like this is the most authentically black video game I think I've ever played in my 40 years of playing games. Like for real.
Without it being like that CB4 clip. You know what I mean? Without it being like, I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm black. Like it just, it's authentic. It's not trying to be too much. It's not trying to hide its blackness, but it's not ashamed of it either. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's pandering. It doesn't feel forced. It's like he said, it's authentically black, and like that gives it like an extra 5 points for me because I don't think I've ever played a game where I just felt like black folks. This is a Canadian game company, right? But like they consulted with this company called Sweet Baby Inc. And I've never heard of them until last week.
Oh, count yourself lucky, my friend. Because
no, don't count myself lucky because I've been in a weeks long fucking just argument with a bunch of fucking racists.
Oh, I see. You've encountered the capital D discourse, huh? On Sweet Baby Inc.
On top of everything else that is going on in the world today, with this administration and all this other bullshit, like when I finished the game. Well, before I finished the game, I kind of went to see what some reviews were saying. But when I Googled South of Midnight reviews or YouTube them, I saw like the main reviews, and then I saw the racists, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I watched the video, and they like, this is it's woke DEI trash, of course. But then they kept talking about this company SBI, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? And then I saw one review, it was a black guy reviewed the game. He was like, this is very good, but the gameplay is kind of whack. Like that's a perfectly fine review. But he said everything else was great. Which that's it. Like this game is so black. There's even her idle animations. There's an idle animation where she's sitting there and she fans herself. She just sits there and fans herself. Like now that may sound ridiculous to you, Brad, because you're not black. But she fans herself blackly. And I don't know if I can like I'm telling you, like the
she's a track star, right? She's a track star and she runs like a track star. Right? If you do
it's
you do a running jump, it's a long jump, like a track star would do. Like it just there's so many little things that I don't think most people would pick up on.
Yeah.
Unless you are, like, is this what it's like to feel seen? Like,
I mean, again, I couldn't tell you because I am default. So like this isn't a problem I've had to deal with very much throughout my life.
But like I can't stress this enough how like it's really black. And the argument with the game, us outside of like the real reviews saying like it's a really good story, and it is a really good story. It's very dark. It's very dark.
It's much darker than you would
think. Way darker than the art style would have you believe. Like there's a lot of it's about trauma. It's about like just past trauma, pain. They brought up like slavery, so of course white people lost their minds if they even played the game. But when I went online, I saw like I said, I saw all those racists talking about that, and in this black guy's review, he's like, why do people hate the game? And I'm like, it's racism. And then I have like a 70 comment long underneath my shit. It's like 70 comments, and everybody's talking about everybody, and a lot of them are me also.
Bat signal.
Yeah, a lot of them are. I'm like, it's racism. And they're like, well, you should look up what the CEO said about white people and how she hates white folks and Asians. And you see what the community manager said about. I'm like, well, first of all, they're consultants. Compulsion Games consulted these people for like the story and what they should put in the game. So they didn't make the game. They just kind of associated with it. But then I'm like, okay, what did they say that was so bad? Like, what did she say to make these niggas so mad? You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't find it. It took me like 3 days. I can't find a video of her saying she hates white people. I think she said like she'd rather not hire white men in her company, which I mean,
fair. Plenty other white man jobs out there.
Yeah, it's okay. 99% of the rest of the fucking industry is white men.
Well, most people just don't say it, but they practice it. You know what I mean? Like, right. So maybe that was it.
So
like she said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, there's no. If you're a consulting firm that wants to tell diverse stories, the fuck is a white man gonna tell you?
Right.
Look, so we did it.
Yeah, Black on Black Cinema, get the fuck out of here. Like,
right. Matthew wanted to be on Black on Black Cinema. It was like, no, sorry, you're a nice guy, but like, no,
absolutely not.
That's right. I'm the only white person that's ever been on Black and Black Cinema. I have photographic evidence.
But I searched and searched and searched. I didn't find a video. I couldn't find anything. But I finally found what the community manager said in a post about like white folks, and she said something along the lines of, "I don't want to be the only minority on like when it comes to streaming video games and shit like that on Twitch, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, whatever else. I don't want to be the only person. I want to see like people that look like me, queer folks, trans folks, black, um, just people of color in general on like the front page when you open up Twitch or YouTube. And I don't want it to be like predominantly white men, cis white men. That's it. Maybe she said this. Maybe she said something else. I don't know.
No, she said she's. I mean that sounds like a statement that would trigger.
And I'm like,
insecure
that's what you call
white folks.
racism?
Yeah.
That's what you
Right.
call racism. That's what you call
Inclusivity.
reverse racism.
Inclusivity is
Yeah.
racist.
It
She didn't say I
blew
don't
my mind.
want to see no white men on Twitch. She said, I
mean-
want to see other people.
I mean, inclusivity is one of the 3 forbidden letters. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I'm arguing this. I'm like, so, and then you're like, well, if people hated black folks in video games so much, why did everybody buy San Andreas? I'm like, oh,
Nigga, yo,
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. And I think that the comment got taken down because you can't use profanity on YouTube. So I lost it. I'm like, wow. they
I
took that
mean,
down?
again, as
Cool.
has been said on this network many times, and it continues to be the truest fucking thing. The racism or racist is the N word for white people. Like that's just the fact. Like the reason that you got a 70 comment thread is because you said the R word.
Yeah,
and
like
not the one
said,
you
I threw up
shouldn't
the
say.
bat signal.
Yeah, the racist word, and they
you
all
know
came out of
what's-
the woodwork.
You know what's funny about that San Andreas comment? If that game was just called San Andreas and not Grand Theft Auto San Andreas,
And
people
it
wouldn't have
was a
bought it.
Right.
People wouldn't have bought it.
Yeah, would have
Because
been
it's got
it would have
Grand
been
Theft Auto
it
in
would have been Saints Row 1.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can create your character in Saints Row, right?
right.
Yeah, you can create a character. Yeah, so
So-
it was. I'm just like, wow, you people, your people are fucked up, Brad.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to fight you on that. I mean,
Like, it's-
again. I have a political podcast to do after we're done recording this, so trust me, I'm well aware of the failings of the white race, as they like to say. So
Yeah, they just pitched a fit. I'm like, good, look, yo, you're proving my point, guys. You do realize in this thread, you are literally proving my point. I just said it was racism. You can clearly tell by all of the negative reviews of people that probably didn't play. I even seen a nigga post some shit about this being DEI. I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah, look.
He
Is
said, I saw.
you
he
trying
said, I
is you
saw a
trying to
black
run for
woman-
governor of Florida?
I don't know what the hell. I saw. He was like, I saw. He said like 2 years ago when I saw the trailer for this, I knew exactly what this was going to be, and I'm like, what does that mean? So a black protagonist, female protagonist. It's gonna be girl power woke DEI. I'm like, you're black, bro. What are you doing?
well,
And it's not doing well because, like, first of all, it's an Xbox Game Pass game. Secondly, like, it's a double A title, so they don't really do well anyway. And then you got all these dickheads out here just trashing the game for no reason.
well,
Yeah, it's a fine game.
I will say,
but-
because I don't venture into the comments because I'm smart. I've heard nothing.
I just posted that.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but positive things about this game so far.
It's good. Like,
Yeah.
it's a good game. Again, like the gameplay is tried and true, just platforming and like arena combat. The combat looks cool, but it's like not
Yeah,
exactly the
it's
most
just
fun to
like
play.
Right. Like you get a bunch of abilities that are pretty much useless. Like
Yeah.
you don't like, oh, here's the thing where I can entangle enemies and keep them sit, but you don't really need it. Like as long as you can hit the X button 3 times,
Mhm.
you're pretty much good
Hey,
for the majority of regular fights. And then some of the boss fights, you have to, press like 2 extra buttons before you press the X button 3 to 4 times. So yeah, it's very much a my first 360 game. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But you, but like you said, the presentation, and with stuff like that, presentation goes a long way. Um,
It really does.
not every game is gonna, not every game is gonna rewrite the rule book on how to do things, right? Like, as much as I love those Naughty Dog games, right? Like, they're all style and very little substance, right?
Yeah.
Um, and to be frank, like, most games are like that. It's just that most games, when they are like that, they're like something that is so perfect that you can't, like, that's why Tetris is still played, right?
Mhm.
Because that's just falling squares, but but the gameplay is so pitch perfect that that it doesn't need any iteration. And you give, I guess, that's the thing. It's not bad gameplay. It's
No,
just
it's not bad. It's just
it's not
very.
bad. It's just it's
It's
serviceable.
mediocre.
It gets you,
It's
yeah. It's
mediocre
mediocre.
at
It's
best.
cromulent. It gets you it gets you from point A to point B. And I'm looking forward. I'm on. I looked up how many chapters there are, and
It's 14.
I'm almost halfway through. And I'm looking forward to finishing it. Because like Terrence said, these stories are kind of dark, man.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like,
they're pretty fucked up.
like, and yeah, it's about trauma, and it's about like poor working class people and things that go on in their life, which like cause this trauma, and what to do to kind of exercise these demons that people have. And it's good, man. It's good. If you look, if you and this comes from me, Mister, fast food gaming, like, newest, latest, best, right? Like, go big or go home. If this game don't cost more than a Marvel movie, I'm not playing it, right? Like, this is coming from me, yo. So I would say give this a chance. This is why I bought that Tales of Tales of
Tales of Kanzara.
Kanzara, Zao. Like, it's a game that is a Metroid style, like, maze action game. It's not it's pretty good, right? It's not bad, but it's not rewriting the rule book. But it had an incredibly thoughtful story. And again, a story that stars black people, but is universal if you have a father, right? And everybody alive has a father. So,
Now, whether or not he's in your life or not,
right,
that's-
it could be it's a fantasy, guys. It's a fantasy.
oh shit.
And look, this story in South of Midnight is about a child trying to rescue their mother. Everybody got a mother. So,
Yeah,
it,
it's interesting. Like I saw one person said like, well, if I wanted to fucking play, if I wanted to watch a story, I'd watch a movie or some shit like that. I just watch a movie or read a book. And I'm like,
no,
So
you're
you're just
weird.
making you're just
yeah, you
making
are, because like
excuses
that's
again.
literally like fucking half of the AAA games that are
Right.
out there.
Like you're
Basically.
making excuses
Right.
again because you don't want to play a black woman. That's fine. And then I asked him. This is the last thing I'll say about this. I asked him, "Do you remember what EA's mission, an original mission statement was back in the '80s?" Either one of you? You don't?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Their mission statement was, "Can computers make you cry?"
Mm. Wow.
That's what exactly EA used to say.
I'm about to say
Shit.
they certainly went
Wow.
a different direction.
They went a completely different. Like, can computers make you the most money as they possibly can? But yeah, that was their original mission statement when the guy that created EA, Electronic Arts. He's like, can computers make you cry? And I remember that from fucking 20 years ago. This game, there are certain parts of this game, like, you will feel very. I think it's chapter 10. Like, that shit's wild emotionally, huh? Like, it's such a good story. Like, you feel like it makes you feel things, regardless of the gameplay being like mediocre. That's how good the story is. And just because the protagonist, I can't fucking,
I can't relate.
I can't relate to the protagonist. I'm not a black girl. Like, nigga, I'm not a white man.
Right.
Like,
You're not a space marine either.
right, I'm right. Fuck, I don't wear armor and shoot fucking aliens all day. What are we talking about? I hate that shit. But yeah, it's a very good game. If you haven't played it, if you have Game Pass, give it a try. If you can get past like just the repetitive nature of the gameplay, there's a very good story. It ends a little abruptly, which I wasn't too fond of, but overall, great story. I've also been playing Nine Souls.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
That game is hard.
Yeah, I'm about to say it seems like it would be up your alley. So
it's like a Souls-like 2D side-scrolling game. It's fun. I'm having fun with it. And also playing Lightyear Frontier. It's like a cozy game. It's like a farm builder, but you're in a mech and you're doing all this stuff. That's fun. I put like 10 hours into that. I'm having fun with that game. And I just started Stalker 2. I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know if I'm gonna continue with that game, because the very first enemy I fought was this invisible thing that almost killed me in 2 hits within like 5. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
I mean, that is that game, from what I understand, though. So.
All right, yo. And it's 144 gigs, first of all, so like it's taking up a lot of space. Exactly. on my system. But like I don't hate it. Like I'm kind of enjoying. Like I got into a firefight with actual humans, and they're also, they don't miss. That's another thing that's kind of. But I'm having some fun with that. I'm playing a whole bunch of shit. I started like, Resident Evil 3. But yeah, but South of Midnight was the main game that I'm playing, and I'm planning on beating 9 Souls. And I downloaded another Crab's Treasure earlier today because I want to check that game out. But just a lot of shit.
Cool. So more impressions to come from you is what you're saying. Let me know when you get to that final boss in 9 Souls. I've heard some things, so I'm curious to get your thoughts.
Shit.
So,
okay.
We're gonna take one more break. We'll do the news and then the post office. Just 2 news stories this week, and they're interlinked. And again, we'll talk about this a little bit more on Look Forward this week, so make sure you check that out. But we thought for a split second that Nintendo might have been saved. So we talked last week about the just mind-numbingly stupid tariffs that the U.S. president put on basically every country in the world. Late last week, they decided to pull back on the quote-unquote reciprocal tariffs that they levied on countries that we have a trade deficit with. There's still a 10% tariff across the board for everybody. And China, because China keeps matching the Trump tariffs with tariffs of their own on U.S. exported goods, or goods that they import from the U.S., is now sitting, I think, at 145% tariff rate right now from goods coming in from China to the United States. So a lot of people were like, man, like, sure was stupid of those big tech CEOs to suck up to Trump and get 145% tariff in return. And then apparently Trump said, oh no, well, actually, I'm going to exclude cell phones and like mobile devices, tablets, and computers from that. And because we're waiting on the Switch 2, a lot of people are like, oh, that includes game consoles as well, right? And no, it doesn't actually. So game consoles exempted from this supposed exclusion on tariffs from PCs and mobile devices. So Nintendo's still in a pickle. They still have not announced the Switch 2 pre-order date for the United States. The smart money from a lot of analysts seem to think that basically what they're going to do is every Switch 2 that's manufactured in Vietnam is going to head to the US, and then all the China manufactured stuff will get distributed to the rest of the world. That's not great news for the US because I think
Is there going to be a shortage?
Probably because the manufacturing output of Vietnam is not nearly the same as what they can produce in China right now, but they also aren't going to ship, a Switch 2 from China into the country with 145% tariff. Like that's just not going to happen. They already had a bunch over here. We don't know how many. But if you were worried that only the US was dealing with these problems, think again, because Europe and Australia and New Zealand are catching strays thanks to the US trade war with China. Basically, Sony announced yesterday that the price of the PlayStation 5 in Europe, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand is going up in price. Potentially, like with the rumors that they're doing this to offset the losses that they will take in North America because they are too scared to raise the price of the console in North America because Americans would get really pissed off. So they are basically using the rest of the like Europe, UK, Australia, New Zealand to subsidize the increased cost that they will have to suffer thanks to Donald Trump and his tariffs that will impact the PlayStation 5. So we are now almost 5 years into the PlayStation 5, and it has received 2 price increases.
Hikes, right?
in Europe and Australia.
Okay, man. Okay. That's a lot, yo. How much is it in Australia? $829
Australia
for the one with the whatever.
Yeah, they have a weak dollar compared to ours.
For the for the one with the disc drive, and $749 Australian for the digital copy.
Now in Europe and the UK, only the digital version increased in price. They kept the disc drive version the same. Australia and New Zealand got it on both consoles, basically. I mean, like I said, not unbelievable that we're the ones fucking up and everyone else is going to be the ones paying the price. Insane.
I mean, that's it's the American way.
We fucked everything up.
Europe and UK and Australia sitting here like we didn't fucking do any of this shit. And so he's like, yeah, sorry, but we can't possibly take a price hike in the US. Now, that being said, if these 145% tariffs stick around for any length of time, I don't see how they avoid taking the price of the console up in the US. I feel like they're gonna have to.
Yeah, well, I mean, eventually, but y'all feel good about not voting?
I hate you niggas. I hate y'all. I'm serious. I can't. Like, I hope everything bad happens to you. Like, I'm not supposed to feel that way. You're not supposed to wish for people's downfall. But anybody that voted for Trump, you didn't care about anybody else, so why should I give a fuck about you? Pretty much how I go. Like, if you, I'm gonna keep that one to myself. But like, if you lose your farm, whatever, bro.
No, Terrence, the farmers will get bailouts.
No, they got bailouts first time. Nah, fuck that. He don't care about them niggas no more. Trump don't care about them anymore. They don't care about nobody. I guarantee you, they're not gonna get bailouts.
That actually would be really funny if they didn't do it this time.
Because how much did they get last time? It was a lot.
So like all the extra money that they collected from China with those tariffs basically got turned into farm bailouts essentially. I think it was somewhere along the lines of like a couple $100 billion or something like that.
All right.
That went that way. It literally wiped out all of the gains that they got from the tariffs the last time around.
Yeah, a problem he caused, he had to fix it by just throwing money at them because he fucked up their whole industry.
Yeah, and he net zeroed it. Net zero.
They voted for him again.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your people, yeah?
Dude, I can't answer this question. I don't know. I didn't do this shit.
It's insane.
It wasn't me. I was telling everybody I couldn't vote for the black lady.
It's absolutely insane. Now everybody's suffering. Like, okay, all these people like it's woke, it's trash. I'm putting politics into my games. All right. And y'all probably either didn't vote or you voted for this dickhead, and now you fucking PlayStation 5 is going to cost $7,000.
Dude, what if Nintendo raises the price on the Switch 2 everywhere, not just the US?
I mean,
Nintendo.
Yeah,
Nintendo,
why not? Y'all gonna buy it? Y'all gonna buy it?
All intents and purposes, like fans. Nintendo fans are a cult also. Like,
yeah, they're gonna buy it. They're gonna buy it. And some fucking scalpers will buy it. And...
Right.
That's already happening. That's already going on.
Yeah. Now,
Hey, buy my pre-order, $800. Like, all right.
And I can't remember if we talked about it last week, but like Canada also can't pre-order because of us right now, because like I said, like these companies treat the North American market as one market, because most of the consoles that go to Canada come in through the US anyway. So they're just like, yeah, you guys can't pre-order either. Like until we figure this shit
how
out.
much is a Switch gonna cost in Canada? They already pay like twice as much as. It's gonna be like $900 for a Switch 2 in Canada.
I think when they announced it, it was, I want to say it was like 550 Canadian, maybe 6.
That's
but-
just for the base, right? Without
Yeah.
the fucking game.
No, I think that's just for the base by itself.
All right,
But if they get it, I mean, again, like they still said the release date is June 5th. So every week that goes by is a week where we're just like, hey, what are you guys doing? I don't know if they know, because again, like this shit changes on the daily, basically. Like we can't. There's no consistency at all.
That Game Pass ain't looking so bad no more, is it?
No, not right now.
You know what I'm
It's boomerang back around to being the like one of the best
Oh,
values. Like it was
shit.
kind of slipping off, and now the games are actually coming out, and now that consoles are about to increase in price by another 25%. Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
I'm on eBay, and the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order, the most expensive one I've seen so far, is $754.05 with a $70.75 delivery.
Here's what I will say. This could also be a big conspiracy by Big PC. Again, PCs apparently aren't going up in price. Never been a better time than to get the PC gaming.
Yeah, that's right, and they're going up because they call themselves the master race.
Yeah.
And
see?
who thinks of themselves that way? The people in charge.
I was gonna make a Nazi joke, but I thought better of it. So
All right. Well, every industry, unless you like going on like Chinese warehouse TikTok or whatever, where they basically telling you like, this is where you can get this stuff, the same exact stuff you get.
yeah, that's fucking wild to me. Like Chinese manufacturers, just like nah.
Oh,
Like,
it's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
The only problem is you're gonna wait 7 months to get your
Yeah,
product.
the business community invited this unto themselves, so I have no sympathy whatsoever.
I saw some clip. It's a clip on the internet. Who knows if it's real? But this Asian man claiming to be Chinese was talking about like, oh, all your little handbags and stuff, all your little handbags, we make them and ship them over to Europe, and then all they do is put their little tag on them and put another tag that says "Made in France" or whatever, and then bam, it's made in France. But nah, we make all those bags.
I wouldn't be
Y'all getting
surprised.
got. Y'all getting got.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I saw that video.
I mean,
like,
shit.
I
Like,
wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, the
It's
like
exactly
people
true.
people are hemming and hawing about the U.S. auto industry. Most people don't realize that the U.S. auto industry is just they put the car together. Like everything else is
Right.
manufactured.
Every part comes from
overseas.
another country, yo. Every part. The fuck, it's like buying a model, a model kit.
Right.
Like,
There and that's the point that I saw. People are worried about protecting the U.S. auto industry. There is no U.S. auto industry.
Right.
There's the U.S. auto assembly industry, but we're not manufacturing cars. So, some people get an education now. People finding out. Decide to touch the stove.
well, they're not finding out fast enough, man.
No,
I need
they're
somebody to-
really not. They're really not. I mean, I know it. So like at my business, like where I work, we deal with China a lot as well, and typically like whenever we have like price increases or like tariffs and stuff like that, we try to bake it into the price of the good, especially around this time of year. And I'm getting ready to come back from vacation. I'll be like, let's put a fucking tariff line on the receipt, guys. Like that way we can roll it back if we need to, but also just make sure people understand where this extra
Yeah.
cost is coming from. And
So certain companies are actually doing that now.
yeah,
They're like, yeah, we're putting the Trump tariff on there.
Yeah.
They call it the Trump tax. They're
Good.
like, sorry guys, this is how
Yeah.
much is.
Here's your, here's the included gratuity.
hey, he likes putting his name on financial documents, so
right.
taking credit for things. So sure, absolutely. Oh, well,
Everything sucks.
you know what we like to do? We like to answer questions from our listeners that you can ask us by joining our Discord, densepixels.com/fans, and going to the post office. So we'll answer questions like from Johnny, who says, Happy WrestleMania week. Do you think the ladies' triple threat match, Io, Bianca Belair, and Rhea, will be better than the men's, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns? Something tells me the gals will tear the house down. I agree with what Micah said either last week or 2 weeks ago. This WrestleMania, the build ain't it. Like I have not been less excited for WrestleMania than I can recall.
It's Sunday, guys.
I know. Right. It's Saturday. It's Saturday.
It's Saturday. Right.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah.
Is it 2 nights again?
It's 2 nights again.
It's 2
yeah.
nights.
Oh, they're never.
Oh,
they're never
right.
Yeah.
They're never not
matches
going back.
What matches are there? Is this one? Is this the ladies triple threat? Does this triple threat? The Seth Punk and Roman triple threat? There's like Randy Orton was supposed to be wrestling.
Well, let's. I'll tell you what, Terrence. Let's pull up the WrestleMania 41 card as we speak. We'll go through all the matches real fast.
Yes.
Why
Cena,
is there...
Cody, Yeet Man, and Gunther.
Here we go. All right, so night one, and this is what's been announced so far. So you got the War Raiders versus the New Day tag team title match. You got.
Why is that? Wait. Why is that the Why is that the WrestleMania match? But the what was it the Street Profits and
we can only have one
Friday.
black tag team on the main card, Terrence.
Who are they wrestling on Friday though?
Probably Motor City Machine Gun.
Yeah, Motor City Machine Guns.
That's going to be a better match.
I don't know. War Raiders.
Why
War
is
Raiders
that
are
not
pretty good.
WrestleMania?
War Raiders are pretty good.
No. The Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits is going to be a better match. That should be the WrestleMania tag team match. But okay, continue.
Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Yeah,
I don't even know who the fuck that is. Oh, that's Chad Gable. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that.
Fucking...
We don't know that for sure. I don't know that it is Chad Gable.
This is a Vince McMahon ass story, yo. This is a Vince McMahon ass story. And
why
look,
is that a WrestleMania match?
Hopefully because you know they're trying to throw the Latin folks a bone, like they did in the Royal Rumble where they had those 4 dudes gang up on Chad Gable, right, in that spot. I'm hoping that this is what this is, because it would be a real bad look if now they have El Grande Americano go over against the one of the most famous luchadors in modern wrestling.
You got Jade Cargill versus Naomi, which should be a slobber knocker.
Match.
As
It's going to be a match.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a bit of a squash match. I would imagine.
I really hope they don't fucking bury Naomi like that. But anyway, yeah.
LA Knight defending the U.S. title against Jacob Fatu. We gonna crown Jacob Fatu, probably.
I like Jacob Fatu a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I like Jacob Fatu.
Me too.
Okay.
Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I'm a little worried about this one.
This is either going to be really good or a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
It's going to be one or the other. I don't think it's going to be in between.
Look, I'm at the point in my life where I am too old to get excited for cringe. I just can't. Like everybody was going gaga over the promo that they had.
Oh, I don't know that everyone's going gaga over it. I think people.
Well, for some reason, people kept talking about that shit, and I just could not stand it. This is a bathroom break match.
I don't think people were talking about it because it was good. I think they were talking about it.
No, they went off
the rails. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. And look, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I am too old to get off on them going off script like that, and just like because it was cringe. It was. I
don't like Tiffany Stratton's voice. First of all,
I don't like neither one of them at this point. I don't like neither one of them. I used to like Charlotte Flair a lot. I don't know who this lady is. I don't know who She-Hulk Carmella is, but this ain't it.
She transformed her whole like she completely looked different. I'm like, all right, your nose was slightly large.
This is gonna be the worst match on night one.
Okay,
I guarantee you.
Gunther versus Jey Uso.
Look, I'm a certified Uso hater, guys. I hate those dudes. I hate them. I hate them. And I hope Gunther beats the dog shit out of him. I don't want Jey Uso to win. I really don't.
Yo, last year's WrestleMania, they had the worst match in WrestleMania last year. The Usos against each
they
other.
did.
That shit was fucking terrible. And like I haven't seen a good Jey Uso match in a year.
And then the aforementioned men's triple threat Roman, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, which I think will be more of a story match than a wrestling clinic.
The story for this is better than I think the match is going to be. But then again, like Seth Rollins is fucking an amazing performer. Sometimes Roman Reigns is. It's more of how he does things and what he does. And CM Punk, that nigga's 45 years old. He's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
So he's or 46. So he's kind of like in the best shape I've ever seen him in, honestly. But he's a little slower on the draw.
Also, I hate to be.
I like CM Punk.
I hate to be a dick. I take him or leave him. He's fine. I hate to be a dick though. It's not a main event, guys.
No, it probably should have been
for a title.
Yeah, it probably should have been Gunther and Jay. So in that match.
A main event is for a title.
Or the women's triple threat, frankly, could have been that match as well. But anyway. Night 2, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria is someone that
Lyra Valkyria is already Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, well, she might be a double champ by the time. This is done.
Again, they don't know what to do with the women in this.
No, sometimes they're definitely in a down stretch right now. AJ Styles drew the Logan Paul straw.
That probably
will be a good match. Yeah, no doubt. But I'm sad they're going to make AJ Styles' job to that dude. But anyway,
I really hope they don't do that. I really hope.
What could be stealthily the show stealer for the entire event? Braun Breaker defending the IC title against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio, who I think is going to walk away victorious. I think they're about to put the shine on Dominic Mysterio.
Yo, ain't no way.
I bet me. I bet you it fucking happens.
The workhorse championship match. Look, I don't hate Dominic. I don't hate Dom. He's a perfectly fine WWE wrestler. I don't think it'll be Dominic. I think it'll be
Baylor or Penta.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
Honestly, do you think they take it off of Braun?
Yeah, I think this is how you do it because he doesn't have to be in the decision.
Yeah, he doesn't have to lose, right?
Yeah,
right.
This is the perfect time to take it off of him. And
isn't there a stat that what's his name? Finn Balor has won like 3 matches in 5 years.
I think he won one match last calendar year on TV.
Yeah,
something stupid like that, or singles match because he was a tag team champion.
Tag team, but like singles, he hasn't won. He's won like one match in like the last 4 years, singles wise. It's insane.
Like my heart is saying,
he was the first Universal Champion, wasn't he?
For like a day.
He got injured.
But he was still the Universal Champion.
He was the Universal Champion. Yes, his stock.
My heart says Finn Balor, but I wouldn't be surprised if Brad is right. And there's some because you got to like factor story into it, right? And you need to break up goth jocks, and the easiest way to break up goth jocks is to have Dominic go over on Penta, but with some shenanigans about like, hey, Finn is like, hey, Dominic, you gotta look out for me. I gotta win this, and some shenanigans happen or some shit. I don't know.
Sense.
Somewhere in here, we're probably getting Randy Orton versus Solo Sikoa. That's what they were teasing, at least on TV on Friday. Look, I get it. Like they want to get Randy Orton on the card. Solo Sikoa needs something to do.
Did he ever get his revenge for him like putting him on the shelf?
No, because Kevin Owens had to have neck surgery, so he's out.
No, I'm talking about like because the reason why Randy Orton was out for so long was because like.
Oh yes, I do believe that piece of it was taken care of. I think
it was. Okay.
I think so.
I don't remember honestly. So it may, who knows? Whatever.
Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, which is another one of these like, hey, we need something for these guys to do, so let's just kind of throw the match together. I'm sure it'll be fun. It's a street fight, so like I'm sure it'll be a good time. The women's triple threat: Io, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley.
Honestly, this is probably going to be a good match, but like I would rather it have been Bianca and Io because they tore the house down in Puerto Rico.
I agree, but I think that the room is potentially there for a Bianca heel turn, and I think if you're going to do that, then this is if you could do it in this match, and that would be an effective way to do it. And then finally, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, a match that should feel electric, and for me, it just kind of feels like a damp squib going into it, which is sad. So.
Yeah, going from
John
last
Cena's
year,
winning, right?
Huh?
You think so?
John Cena's winning, right?
Logic would dictate yes, just to get the record. But I don't know.
At a WrestleMania?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm pulling for John Cena. Kind of tired of Cody Rhodes and his like overly polished.
Like his,
overacting.
Cody Rhodes is a great fucking promo. Like I like this promo from with the belts on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Good promo. Like he's a super baby face. Like I get it.
Yeah, I just kind of want John Cena to win because I'm old and
it would be cool to see him get that record, and then we can listen to Ric Flair cry about it for, months on end afterwards. So.
Yeah, I think they needed to reshuffle the matches and the days because night 2 looks like the only night worth watching.
I don't disagree. Night 2 definitely looks stronger than night 1 for sure. So,
the whole card kind of sucks compared to last year's.
Yeah,
this is like the stock dropping, like the stock market crashing compared to last year. God damn.
I mean, that's what happens when you get Trump as president again. You get shit WrestleMania.
Yeah, fucking WrestleManias also.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. You don't get this looks like it was made by A1.
No bullshit. A1 has to do everything they can to become a WWE sponsor right now. Like that's got to happen, right?
I posited that she's about as bad as her husband on Black.
She probably always has been, just on the sly, because you didn't have to ever hear anything from her. So.
Behind the scenes.
Right.
Yeah, taking a job you're not fucking qualified for at all. But whatever.
Sounds about white. C-Cat says, with game prices most likely increasing, what price is too much for you to pay for a game for a series that you like? So
$70.
70 is too much to pay, huh?
That's how much games cost now, right?
That is.
Yeah, I'm not paying $70 for anything ever.
Even if it's your favorite game series. No?
Yeah. Fuck that. Okay. No.
Me and Micah will have a different answer.
For standard edition? Standard edition,
yes.
Oh man.
I'll tell you what, and again, I'm not putting this out there because I want EA to do it. I'm just for example, like if the next Mass Effect looks legit, and EA's like it's going to be $100, I'm paying $100. Like I don't care.
It's insane.
I'm sorry.
You guys are part of the fucking
problem. I know we are. Yes, we acknowledge this.
I'll pay $120. I'll pay $120.
What the fuck? $120 for what? The base?
I'll pay $120 for I'll pay $100 for a standard, and I'll pay. It depends on what I get.
What if there's DLC afterwards that doesn't fucking include the $120?
It depends.
What's the DLC? I'm not tricked by DLC. Like DLC's got to be worth it for me to buy it.
Yeah, that's 2 games.
Yeah, but
what?
I've played the Mass Effect trilogy umpteen times. Like it is, I have gotten my money's worth out of each and every one of those games. If it's something that I like, I paid $50 for this cheap ass toy. I paid $50 for it but I love it. It's awesome. Is $10 too much?
But it's
awesome.
If you love something that much, you might say that it's priceless. And then can you really put a cost on what you pay?
Yes, I can. What the fuck are you talking about? That's not for fucking material possession. What are you talking about? No, you can put a price on that.
Oh
Look,
my god.
I've gotten a
And
lot
as
of time.
Ubisoft is want to remind us, we don't own these games.
That's
they
right.
don't own nothing.
You're paying
Yeah,
$100.
Terrence. I mean,
for
in
digital license.
fairness, I mean, speaking of Ubisoft, like, what if it's the next quadruple A game that comes out? Like, you don't think that's worth a little bit more?
What was that? What was that pirate game?
Skull and Bones, the first quadruple A game. Yeah.
How'd that work out?
Holy shit.
$120 for real.
I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
No statue or nothing.
Not
Just the game.
again. It's got to be a specific game though. Like, I'm not paying 120 just for any
I'm
fucking
not,
game.
He said
Right.
Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Y'all
I'm about to
niggas
pay
crazy.
Terrence. I'm about to pay $100 to get a Doctor Doom replica helmet. Yeah, I would pay $120.
Oh, see, a friend
for
of mine
free
that listens to the show asked me if you saw that helmet. And I was like, he already owns a Doctor Doom helmet. What the fuck is he gonna do? with
Oh, I'm getting another one.
Okay.
How about that? I'm getting another one.
well, there you go, Brandon. That answers your question.
$20 is ludicrous.
Uh,
I'm sorry, that's insane.
you know, Terrence, I paid $70 for Final Fantasy III back in 1994, which in today money is probably equivalent to close to $120.
Yeah, but have like wages gone up to account for all the inflation?
Mildly, not to the same level as inflation, though.
Mildly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like the people that are selling you that game can't afford it because it's $70. People working at GameStop can't afford a $120 game. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
Well, this will be our last question, just because I've got to skedaddle in a second here. Ejac asked, "What was the best and worst face heel turn you have seen in a video game?" I believe that they mean face or heel turn, not necessarily face, or they could mean face to heel. I don't know.
I think the most famous one is Sephiroth, right? Because he's originally, I don't know how to pronounce words. Originally, a super, like, he's like their Captain America, right? Like he's he's the super soldier, and he found out like, oh, I'm a test tube baby. And I was like, oh, I'm mad at the world, right?
Like, wow, bro. Like,
But the
therapy.
oldest one that I can think of is when you and your brother go out to rescue your girlfriend from a gang of hoodlums. And then at the end, she's like, woo, woo, man, this you see this? You see all this? Which one of y'all want it? And then you turn on your brother.
It's like fight for it. Like, damn. Yo, bros before hoes, yo. That's crazy.
And she gets fucking murked like right at the beginning of the next game. So,
Yeah, she gets hit in the gut.
all for naught.
Right.
All for naught.
Ruined your relationship with your own brother. And then she's just gone.
What was the name of your friend in the Infamous series? Was it Zeke or something like that? I can't remember.
I think it is Zeke.
I remember he pissed
I didn't
me
really
off
care for him, man.
towards
I
the
didn't
end of the
really care
game.
for him at all.
He kind of turned heel because he was in his feelings about you getting all this attention, and he wanted to be somebody. The classic.
Yes. Screw you.
I mean, honestly, the most famous heel turn, we were talking about San Andreas earlier, wasn't it? What was that?
Big Smoke.
Yeah, there you go.
Big Smoke and Easy E.
Yeah, but I replayed that recently. You kind of tell that nigga was a piece of shit from the beginning. Like clip. Oh, was it clip?
Get to the train, CJ.
What's the guy's name that plays it, that does his voice and everything? Damn, what's his name? I can't remember. Anyway,
I can't remember.
what's that game? The military game that you played. That's a very good. It tells a very good story.
Spec Ops?
Clifton Powell was Big Smoke.
Yeah,
Clifton
close
Powell's Big
pal.
Smoke.
Spec
what's
Ops?
that game?
Are you thinking of?
Spec Ops the
Spec
Line.
Ops the Line?
Yeah. That's a.
Is that really a heel turn though? Because you didn't realize, sorry to spoil Spec Ops the Line, a 15-year-old game, but like you don't realize that.
Well, you're a commanding officer,
Right?
Screwed you over, right?
No. Like your character is the
Turns out you
CO.
did.
I think.
If I remember correctly, it turns out you're the one that like dropped the fucking bomb.
Yeah,
that's right, that's right.
you committed the crimes against humanity. It turns out.
Drop the white phosphorus on them.
Right.
Yeah.
But you had PTSD. So like you don't like is that truly a heel turn or you know?
Yeah, you murdered a whole bunch of people just because you're like, look.
That's unreliable narrator syndrome. So,
I don't know.
yeah, some good ones I think. There's some good ones I think. What's the best face turn? I'm trying to think of the best bad guy to good guy. Happening.
No.
It's certainly happened. I'm just trying to think of what it is.
I don't
really know any face to heel turns or heel to face turns in video games, to be honest with you.
The only one that I'm thinking of is Adea from Final Fantasy VIII, but that's not a good one. Like that just happens.
Yeah, she's just kind of.
Oh, never mind. Magus. Magus is the best heel to face turn from Chrono Trigger.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let me see something. Alex Mercer, no. Shut up.
Oh shit! By the way, did you hear the rumor that there apparently is a new prototype game in development?
All right. Well,
I like the prototype series.
Prototype is the Usos of video games. I hate them.
I wonder which ethnicity they'll go with in this one. Because as Micah said, we had Prototype and then we had Black Prototype in Prototype too.
Exactly. Fucking Prototype man. Get out of here.
We got that.
I'm looking at a list. Someone says Mario because he was Donkey Kong's jailer in Donkey Kong Jr.
I'm looking at a list and I have not played any of these games, so I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I'm trying to Baby Metroid, perhaps. Good heel to face. Super Metroid.
Game?
Super Metroid.
Oh.
Like he starts out, attacking Samus and then realizes who she is and comes to her rescue against Mother Brain.
Let me see. Well, no. I was looking at one from Assassin's Creed. Okay, there's Assassin's Creed has both. Assassin's Creed has one where you are in Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
You are
you're an assassin that joins the Templars.
An assassin that turns into or joins the Templars. But isn't there one that had the Templar becoming an assassin?
Wasn't that Black Flag?
It might have been.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. So we're going to call that a show this week. Again, don't forget to join our Discord, densepixels.com/fans. If you like watching your podcast in video format, go to youtube.com/densepixels and subscribe there. If you prefer audio only, just search for TNP Studios in your podcast app of choice to find us, Then Apocalypse, Black and Black Cinema, and the Look Forward Political Podcast. And if you want to support us with zeal, go to densepixels.com/premium and support us with $5 a month, which also gets you the full uncut episode of the Look Forward Political Podcast. That is going to be it for us this week. Lots of new games to talk about next week from Terrence's telling, so I look forward to that. Thank you all very much for watching and listening. We'll see you all the next time.
See you.
You're watching the Dense Pixels YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button while you're here and make sure you check out our weekly podcast where we discuss the latest gaming news and our impressions on what games we've been playing.